So, picture this. The ancient city of Mathura. A king's love for his sister it's everything to him. But what happens when that love gets poisoned by one single, terrifying prophecy? We're about to dive into this timeless story of how a deep, genuine affection can just curdle into something truly unthinkable.
Yeah, that's really the core question, isn't it? How does a brother's love just flip into a tyrant's fear? We're going to follow this really chilling transformation of a king and watch how one single moment of pure terror completely unravels his world, his kingdom, and of course, the bond he has with the person he loves most.
All right, so Act 1, a kingdom of pure joy. Our story kicks off in Mathura, a place that's just brimming with happiness. Let's step right into this world of celebration and good times. Way before this dark prophecy came along and cast its long shadow over everything. Okay, so let's meet the main players here. The world is Mathura, this rich, beautiful city, and it's ruled by the proud, powerful King Kansa. But the real heart of our story, where we're going to focus, is on his sister, Devaki, who is gentle and kind, and her husband-to-be, Vasudev, a man who's known for being incredibly wise and brave. And you really get a sense of their bond right here. At their wedding, which is this huge, joyful event, King Kansa himself is driving the chariot for his beloved sister Devaki. Think about that. This isn't just some political duty, it's pure, genuine family love. You can just picture the king, beaming with pride, personally chauffeuring his sister. This is the absolute high point. But you know how stories go. Right at the peak of this celebration, everything is about to shatter. A voice from the sky is about to speak, and it's going to plant a seed of pure, absolute terror. And then it happens. A voice. A divine voice from the heavens, and Akashvani. It just thunders out this chilling prophecy. O Kansa, the 8th son of Devaki, will end your life. Whoa. In a single instant, the world just stops. All that joy, gone, evaporated, and it's replaced by this awful silence. So yeah, this is it. This is the moment everything, and I mean everything, changes. The prophecy, you see, it doesn't just predict the future, it completely corrupts the present. Kansa's heart, which was so full of love just moments before, is now just consumed by this terrible, suffocating fear.
And just look at this transformation. The speed of it is terrifying. Before the prophecy, he's the loving brother driving his sister's wedding chariot. And after, he literally raises his sword against her, filled with fear and anger. He goes from protector to would-be murderer in the blink of an eye. Just wow.
Now, to really get the full weight of this moment, we need to talk about this concept called dharma. Think of it as the right way of living. It's about your duties, your virtues, the cosmic order of things. And in his blind panic, Kansa just throws his dharma, as a brother, as a king, right out the window. Fear has completely erased his sense of right and wrong. So just as Kansa is about to do something absolutely unforgivable, a voice of reason cuts through all that madness. It's Vasudev. He sees his wife's life hanging by a thread, and he makes this incredibly desperate and courageous plea. And this is such a crucial point. Vasudeva doesn't fight fire with fire here. He doesn't meet violence with more violence. No, he uses his wisdom. He makes this calm, unthinkable promise. I will give you every child born to us. Can you even imagine that? It's this heartbreaking sacrifice that finally stops Kansa's sword. And Kansa, he agrees. He lowers his sword. But make no mistake, that loving brother, he's gone. He's gone for good. He spares their lives, sure, but only to throw them into a dark, stone prison cell. So their wedding day ends up being the first day of a lifetime of suffering. Just unbelievable.
This really breaks down what's happened inside Kansa's heart, doesn't it? That huge amount of love he had, it's almost completely gone. You can see it's now mostly fear, like 70% fear. Then you've got a big chunk of anger. And the love? It's just a tiny, tiny sliver left, totally buried under his new tyranny.
All right, so now the story starts to shift a little bit. Kansa thinks he's in control, right? He thinks he's got this all figured out. But a power that is way, way greater than his fear is already starting to move behind the scenes. You can feel hope beginning to push back against all that darkness.
And you can really see Kansa's descent. It's like a clear, tragic path. Step 1, he hears the prophecy. Boom, fear is planted. Step 2, that fear makes him imprison his own sister. And step 3, he decides he's going to kill her children, his own nephews. At this point, he is just completely lost to the darkness.
But here's the thing. While Kansa is being eaten alive by darkness, Devaki and Vasudev, they find strength in the exact opposite. Even in the darkness and the bleakness of that prison cell, their hope, their faith, it doesn't break. And that resilience, that becomes this quiet, powerful force working against everything Kansa's doing.
And this is really the central lesson of the whole story, you know? Evil plans, they just don't win out over destiny. Kansa is so busy making his own plans, all based on fear and cruelty, that he totally fails to see that he's just one player in a much, much bigger story. A divine plan is already unfolding. And the crazy part is, unbeknownst to this tyrant king, his own cruel actions have actually set in motion the very thing he's trying to prevent. It's wild. There's already this divine protection surrounding Devaki and Vasudev, and is preparing the way for a true miracle.
So, that's where we'll leave it for now. Kansa thinks he's won. He thinks he's secured his future by locking his sister away. But what he's actually done is build the perfect stage for that prophecy to come true. And in our next explainer, we're going to see how destiny answers all this cruelty as the miracle of Krishna's birth finally unfolds.